Now, I do not know if they was trying to keep it low key, but in some weird way, we still heard everything they said. So I don't know if it supposed to be low key or it was meant for us to hear it. So you hear somebody like, hey, they over there on the porch. So Shanice like, who they talking about? I'm like, shh, shh, shh. She like, I ain't finna shh. I'm like, shh, don't worry about it. She like, So the blunt had came to her. She put the blunt out. Now Shanice was built different. Shanice was the type that she ain't mind throwing them hands. She ain't mind getting down at the way she lived. Like if you said something disrespectful to her, she ain't waiting on you to throw the first swing. She gonna throw it. She gonna throw hands first. And 9 out of 10, she gonna win. Okay, her hands was built different. So she started walking off the porch. I'm like, no. I'm like, Shanice, come here. So Mark like, let her go. I'm like, man. So Raymond like, oh man, he like, she probably finna snap. So she like, Shanice like, show Liz. I'm show Liz on the porch. Who got a problem with it? Who got a problem with it? So Beth, you hear Beth like, relax. It ain't even like that. She like, Rody Dodie, I can't be on my godmama porch. I can't be on your porch, cuz. So I'm like, yeah. So Shanice like, so who said that then? Who said it? So I start walking off the porch. I'm walking off the porch now. So Raymond girlfriend, Kiki, you know what I'm saying, Marky, we all walk, they coming behind me, we walking off the porch. So now we deep. When I look, it's only 3 of them on Beth porch. It's only 3 of them. So you got Beth, Cynthia, and Cody. So Shanice like, yeah, so who said that they on the porch? So Cody said, I did. He like, what's the problem? He like, I did. Wait, you finna beat me up because I said that? This my mouth. She said, yeah, but you bringing us up in your mouth. So he like, so what's the problem? He like, what's the problem? She like, okay, so we was on the porch. We over here on the porch. Now what? What? He like, only reason why we said that is because we was looking for some smokes and we could smell it. So we was trying to see where the smell was coming from. Now, true enough, we was smoking some good loud. That one Shanice brung, that bad boy smelled like a skunk. That smelled like, and I was feeling it every time I hit it. So it was like right off the back, like, all right, that kind of made sense. So Shanice like, well then don't come over there talking about they on the porch because we don't even like y'all like that. So I'm like, Shanice, he like, okay. He like, I got it. You made your point. So Beth like, I thought we was cool. See, I told you I'm trying to squash it. I'm like, I can't control her. I can't control. I'm like, Shanice, come on, let's go. So Shanice like, yeah, so let's go back and stand on a porch. So boom, we go on the porch. I'm like, Shanice, she like, no, don't think my mama ain't tell me what your mama said. She told me about Beth. Like, Beth is something wrong with her. First off, she was a femme. Then she started dressing like a boy. She used to like you. Then she started dressing like you. You don't think something wrong? Like, Shanice is popping off. Shanice just had that. She was a Libra, so she had a little bit of a mouth, okay? She was a Libra. She had a little bit of mouth. So, boom, we back on the porch. They flame back up. I know that I'm not chiefing. So, Kiki like, I'm ready to lay down because, you know, I got to get up a little earlier. Do you want me to just leave? So, I'm like, no, I'm like, you don't gotta go. I'm like, you can spend the night. She was like, okay, cool. So I'm like, hey, y'all, I'm finna get ready to go lay down. So Shanice like, go lay down. I just got. So Raymond like, yeah, we trying to kick it. So I'm like, all right, I'm like, Kiki, you ready? She like, no, we ain't gotta go lay down right now. She like, no, because I gotta go to work. I gotta get up early in the morning. And I opened up Miss Shirley's store, like, yo, it ain't like, look, this is for real business. You got to be there before your time. You got to start the sauce. You got to fill up all the grease things. You know what I'm saying? You got to get everything going. You got to get the smoke area going for when the smokers come so they can go right in the back area. You got a lot of work to do. So I did understand. So boom, we finish smoking. We go back in the inside. Now we chilling in the living room. Mark just laughing. He tweaking. This how I knew Marky was on when he. I'm like, you alright? He like, man, I can't stop laughing. I'm like, what you laughing at? He like, I don't know. Shanice like, yeah, he high. He like, I ain't high. So he get up. He goes upstairs. So I'm like, all right. He comes back with a big bag of chips. Now, he had the big bag, though. A Flaming Hot. Boom, he busts it open. He always busts it open from upside down because he says all the flavor there. So, boom, he banging the chips. So I'm like, you straight? He like, yeah, all you hear is ling, 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 ling. He like, y'all finna see what I'm laughing at right now. So I'm like, who ringing the bell? He like, I know who it is. So he get up, he kind of wobbling. I'm like, what? So I get up, he open up, front door now opening. It's the twins. It's both of the twin girls, the one with the buck tooth that he didn't want to have come over because she feel like every time they do it or they have a moment and he gets some little sloppy toppy 5,000, Andre 3,000, he feel like he getting a shave or a wax. So she comes in through the door. So he like, oh, you bring your sister? And so she like, yeah, you know, I ain't gonna go nowhere without my sister. So Kiki started laughing. So I'm like, what's funny? She like, nothing. My mom always said, if I ain't got nothing good to say, don't say it at all. Shanice like, I know why you laughing. I'm laughing too. So Marky looking like, what? I'm like, nothing. I'm like, you want me to get them some cups? So I got them some cups. So we have one more shot around that. Mind you, I'm already feeling my drink. I'm feeling my drink. Boom. So we drinking. So Marky like, hey, he telling one of the twins like, hey, you wanna come to my room real quick? So she like, for what? Everybody up here, what? Everybody finna go in your room? He like, no, I need to tell you something. So she like, tell me what? I'm like, yeah. So I'm do the get back. I'm gonna do what you do to me. I'm like, yeah, bro. What you gonna tell her? He like, I'm like, what? Kiki like, stop. I'm like, no. Go ahead. We ain't listening. So I cut the TV off. I'm like, we ain't listening. Y'all go ahead. So Kiki started laughing. I'm like, no. Ain't that we? Go ahead. So he like, no. So the other twin like, I can come with y'all. So Marky like, no, you can stay right here. He like, can I talk to you? She like, okay, come on. So they went downstairs. So I'm like, okay, boom. So I'm like, you ready for bed? I'm talking to Kiki. So Raymond like, hey, I can spend the night. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but you gotta sleep in the basement. You know what I'm saying? You can sleep in the basement. I'm like, it's a let out. It was a black Italian couch down there, just like the one upstairs. I'm like, all you gotta do is move it, pull the bed out. I'm like, I got the bed. All right, cool. So him and his girl, boom, they downstairs. So now Shanice was like, oh, so I'm gonna be by myself. I'm like, no, us three, we all by ourselves. Where's she about to sleep, Rody Dodie? I'm like, in my room. I'm like, cause she my company. She like, but I knew you longer. I'm like, yeah, Kiki like, look, we can all sleep up there. And so she like, oh, Shanice like, no, I do not roll like that. She like, I don't roll like that neither. I was just saying like, if you want to, you can sleep up there too. We're not finna do nothing. So in my back of my mind, I'm like, whoa, we not finna do that. So I'm like, that probably was just a bluff. That was a fake. We gonna do something. So boom, Shanice was like, hey, I'm gonna crash out too. So I'm like, give me the bottle. I'm gonna take the bottle. So boom, I took the bottle. I got the E&J. I take it upstairs. Boom. Kiki like, I need to shower. Like, I can't go to bed like this. I'm like, all right, cool. So I remember her giving her a towel, but it had hearts on it. It was my mom's towel. I don't know where she got it from. She got it from one of her cruises, but it was a heart. It was a white towel and it had red hearts on the towel. And it looked superficial. But I didn't know. I just grabbed any towel and gave it to her. She was like, oh, can I have this towel? Can I have it? I'm like, yeah, if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think none of it. Like, yeah, if you want to. Boom. She takes a shower. So all of a sudden, while she's showering, I'm chilling. I got the door hair crack. All I hear is... So it's Marky. Marky like, hey, I'm trying to sting, but the other twin keep coming downstairs. I'm like, tell Shanice the babysitter. So he like, all right. So I'm laying back in the bed, right? I'm chilling. I'm laying back in the bed watching TV in my room. Next few seconds later, I'm like, it's open. And Shanice like, what? So she like, your brother said you wanted me. I'm like, I don't want you. Like, I don't want you. He like, look, I'm trying to get some from the other twin. Can you hold the other twin down? She like, no. She like, just tell her to go. You trying to her sister. So I'm like, Shanice. I'm like, no. So all of a sudden you hear, Rody Dodie. I'm like, Caleb, come here. So he like, hey, Shanice. He like, I miss Mom. I'm like, Mama be back. He like, when? He like, I don't got nobody to play with. I'm like, Caleb, it's late. I'm like, you should be asleep. He like, I'm bored. I'm like, okay, I'll come in there and I will lay with you, okay? He like, I don't want you to lay with me. I want my mom. I want mommy. So Marky like, stop crying. You can't cry all the time. You got to be a big boy. I thought you was going to be a big boy. He like, but I'm not a big boy. I miss Mom. I'm like, okay, look, we'll call Mom in the morning, okay? I'm like, we can't call Mom right now. We can't call her right now. He like, but you know Mom is up. She always up this late. She don't even go to sleep like that. She's like almost a walking zombie. I'm like, all right. Shanice like, you want me to sleep in your room, Kayla? He like, oh, yeah, and play the game. I'm like, but you know Mom would not let you play the game late. He like, but it's no school, Rody Dodie. Be for real. I'm like, no, you be for real. It ain't, you need to be getting your rest. He like, I don't need rest. I'll get rest when I'm tired. I'm like, okay, so boom. Shanice like, I'm sorry, but Marky, you're on your own. So boom, she goes with Caleb. She's put up now. All right, she's in the room. They chilling. You hear them laughing, Kiki and Kaka. Kiki comes with a towel wrapped around while Marky talking to me. But the towel, you know how that towel, it don't really fit all the way. It don't tie it up all the way. So it got that little piece just showing so you can see nothing but that middle of that skin. Marky was looking. He said, ooh. He like, man, brother. I'm like, bye. Get out. He like, no, I'm just saying, like. I'm like, get out. She like, oh, I didn't know. I'm like, no, I'm like, come here. So I get in front. I'm like, go. And so she moved herself in the room. I kind of bagged myself so he won't look no more. So he like, bro, what about the other twin? I'm like, just tell her to stay in the living room and chill and then kick both of them out when you're done. He like, it's not going to work. I'm like, I don't want to tell you, but I got action. He like, bro, I'm like, I got action. And I shut the door and I locked it. I'm like, go away. He like, bro, you gonna do me like that? I'm like, it's your situation, your issue. Leave from my door. So boom, he leave from the door. He goes exactly downstairs because you can hear him. Boom, 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 boom. He goes downstairs. So I didn't care. I didn't really care at the point that he literally went downstairs, but he stomped downstairs to let me know that he was mad. And I didn't care. Boom. Soon as he gets downstairs, it's quiet, right? I don't hear no commotion because that other girl, the other twin, she got a loud mouth. You can hear her. She got a loud mouth. She was up there with my mama. Her volume was like always at 80, even if she was whispering. So boom. So Kiki like, I don't got nothing to wear, so I'm going to just lay like this in the towel. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm thinking like, I'm going to, so I'm like, hey, well, I'm going to go shower too. Now, here's the deal. Yes, I used to shower like when it was school days, like at night. But me, one shower, wash my face like at night. I used to wash my face and just brush my teeth and hit important spots and then boom. But this time I shower because I think I'm finna smash. You feel me? I'm finna, ooh, that makes you feel me. I'm finna, you know, I'm finna get them skis. So boom, I shower. I go in my mom's room. I use my dad good cologne. The good cologne. Boom, I let it hit the hair. Boom. Right? Boom. I leave out my parents' room. I ain't gonna check on Caleb. She needs to know. I goes downstairs, right? I see the twin still in there. So I'm like, okay, she does. So I go downstairs in the basement. I see Raymond and his girl. They knock. I'm talking about, I didn't even know your lip could go this way. I thought your lip was the rest. He knocked out. So I knew not to knock. I didn't want to mess up Marky's mojo if he was in the, getting it in. So I got my ear to the door. Right, I'm trying to listen. All of a sudden, the door opened. Boom, I'm like, oh, my ear. He like, bro, I didn't know. What you do, man? Bro, I'm like, I was finna knock on your door. He like, why you just didn't knock? He like, man, I can't hit it because she worried about her sister. I'm like, all right, let me go in there. Let me go in there. He like, no. I'm like, let me go in there. He like, man, you smell strong. I'm like, what? He like, you put on too much cologne. I'm like, no, I didn't. So I'm like, so I go in, I'm like, what's up? I'm like, look, I'm finna get ready to kick everybody out in a little bit. I'm like, so if I don't see you, I'm like, have a good day. I'm like, Marky, I'm like, make sure Raymond, all y'all going in the next 30, 40 minutes. He like, all right, cool. So boom, I did like this. I'm like, did I see her handshake? He walked away. Now, boom, and in her mind, that's going to trigger. Because if he wanted and shoot, and I know he been down there probably testing and trying to get it, begging for it. You still down there in that scenario. So if I put a time limit on it, you're going to give him a little something. You're going to give him something because you're going to be like, all right, we finna get ready to go anyway. You know what I'm saying? Your brother about to kick his house, so it ain't like I'm finna spend the night. So you ain't got no worries. So go on ahead and open that twat. Boom. So I end up, I go upstairs. I check on the twin. The twin, she just sitting out there twin on her phone. I'm like, you good? She like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm finna get ready to go. I'm like, no. I'm like, everybody got to leave in a little bit anyway. I'm like, just wait for your sister. She like, she got 10 minutes. I'm like, yeah, 40 minutes, everybody gonna leave. She like, she got 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, 10 minutes. So I go upstairs like, okay, whatever. Boom. I goes in my room now. So when I go in my room, Kiki, she like laying down like, and so I hop over because I always like to lay by the wall. People know if you laying with me, I got to get that by that wall. I got to get by that wall. I don't care what nobody say. So boom, I'm by the wall. So she laying like this. So we face to face. So I'm looking like, dang, I'm going to spoon you a little bit. So, you know, she like, oh, you smell good. I'm like, thanks. So she was like, you okay? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that liquor though. I'm like, I think I had too much. I'm just talking to her. So she like, you work tomorrow too? I'm like, yeah. She like, you gonna come a little early? I'm like, I'm gonna come a little early. So boom, I'm trying to like lean over a little bit, like to make that electrical connection. I'm nothing, right? So she turns over finally. So I'm like, ooh, boom, I throw my arm. Whew, confident through my arm. So she like kind of wiggling. So she like, it's a little hot. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, so, you know, I start to a little bit, you feel me? So I come behind her, all the way behind her. She like, what are you doing? I'm like, trying to hold you. She like, hold me. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to snuggle with you. She like, but you're not my man. I'm like, she like, you're not my boyfriend, so stop. I'm like, she like, I just don't want to confuse myself. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, no, I understand. I'm like, I got you. Man, when I say, whoa, that hurted my feelings. It hurted me. I was like, in the inside, I was crying. So, boom, I'm like, all right, bet I ain't never. I turn over, right? And I doze off. Boom, she gets up. We didn't do nothing. She gets up. So she like, hey, I'm finna get ready to go home and then shower again and get ready to go to work. I'm like, so she was standing up and I was like in the bed. So I sit up. So I'm like, come here. She like, what are you doing? I'm like, stop, come here. She like, I was holding her hips. I'm like, stop, come here. She like, no. I'm like, really? She like, yes, you not my boyfriend. I'm not finna be doing that with nobody if they not my man. I'm like, okay, fine. So she was like, I see you at work. I'm like, I'll see you at work. So she, boom, leaves out. I'm like, all right, cool, boom. So I check my phone. I got a couple of missed calls. I see Brianna, they hit me up. You just checking to see if I got my phone? Because all she text was, just hoping everything okay. I know you probably still on punishment and your mom got your phone. So I was like, it's been a minute. I never hit her up when I got my phone back. So I'm like, I put her on the back burner, like in my mind, like I'll hit her up. So boom, I go check to make sure the door is, you know what I'm saying, good. So I noticed, boom, I checked the living room, the twin gone. All right, cool. Boom. I go downstairs, Raymond still knocked out. I know Shanice and Caleb is knocked out because Caleb don't go to bed until 3 or 4 in the morning. And then he would sleep partially half of the whole day and redo it all over again. So boom, Marky, it's open. I open the door. I'm like, oh, you in by yourself? He like, yeah. I'm like, did you get you some? He like, yeah, thanks. He like, I got some head. He like, she didn't want to let me. I'm like, why not? He like, it was cool. He like, man, her head ain't all that good though. I'm like, stop messing with her. Stop inviting her. Stop making her your little quick hit. Like, stop making, because when you trying to smash. You ain't just trying to be like, dang, I'm still not satisfied type. So boom, he like, man, what's going on? What's the plan today? He like, why Raymond sleep? I'm like, you want to play a prank on him? He like, yeah, we should. I'm like, come on. So boom, we come out the room. We creep upstairs. We go grab the mustard. So boom, I put the mustard on his hand. And I put some mustard on his face. So Marky got a piece of tissue. And he put it in his ear. He was like, bzzz. But we was trying to get him to smack it, but we couldn't. So he was just like smirred on his face, like, oh. He's like, what? Man, y'all, okay, y'all got me, right? So his girlfriend woke up, like, come on, man, get up. I'm like, let's get the day started. I'm like, and plus I got to work today. He like, yeah. He like, I got to grind too. He like, what's the plan? I'm like, come on, get up first. So everybody get up, all right? I knocked on the door. Boom, she got up. Caleb still knocked out. So I'm like, y'all. I'm like, what's the plan? So Shanique's like, I'm going to ask my mom, can I spend the night again? But can she drop me off some clothes? I'm like, all right, look. I'm like, so that means you can watch Caleb for me. I'm like, I'm going to end up going to work in a little bit. Time progressed. Everybody good. Raymond gone. His girl gone. Marky home. Shanice there. Caleb still asleep. I'm about to dip, get ready to go to work. This is hours later. Boom, I shower, get myself dressed. Walks to work, perfect success, no problems, no situation. As soon as I step my foot inside of the restaurant, my phone go off. It's my mom. I have to pick this up. I'm not going in. So Kiki is looking directly at me through the window, assuming like a mug. She is assuming. So I'm like, hello. And I turned my back like this. So I know that probably really like, dang, you gonna turn? You're like, what? So I'm like, hello. My mama like, hey, what's going on? Everything okay? I'm like, yeah, I just made it to work. I got to start working. I'm like, I just want to let you know, because I kind of always wanted to give my mom the heads up. I'm like, that Shanice might ask, can she spend the night again? She's still there, but she watching Caleb. She said, okay, I trust Shanice. That's my baby. You good. She like, what about Caleb? Everything good? You been feeding him? I'm like, yeah, cookies, popcorn. He been having a good night. Shanice slept in his room. She like, wait, not in his bed? I'm like, no, he let her sleep in the chair, right? Boom. So we talking, boom. So she like, make sure he eat, make sure this and that and that and that. I'll be home in 4 days. All right, cool. Hang up from her. I goes, ring the bell. Like, you saw me, let me in. So she looking, I'm like, come on, let me in. So she opened the door. I'm like, what's up? So I see the register girl. I don't see Yo-Yo this time. I see the register girl. So the register girl, she getting her last little few minutes in. I'm like, oh, you decided to work today? She like, oh, I always work. I just changed my schedule so I don't have to see y'all. I'm like, oh. She said, well, rather you. I'm like, dang, why you worried about me? She said, no, I miss you. So Kiki looking like, oh, that's cute. I go to the back. You see Christopher. You see Dave. They back there getting it going. So boom. As a minutes and stuff passed and the register girl was gone, Kiki came back there and was like, hey, I just want to make a quick announcement on my shift. I don't want nobody talking to me if it ain't nothing about work. So I'm like, okay. She like, and that goes for everybody. And she walked off. I'm like, so Christopher like, what's wrong with her? I'm like, I don't know. You got a crush on her. Why don't you ask her? So I'm like, hey, Dave, I need a favor. So he like, where? I'm like, you want to work up there and let me work back here? He like, but I like working back here. I can catch Pokemons. I want to catch Pokemons. I'm like, bro, you can... Okay, let me work back here a little bit. Let's just take turns. He like, all right, boom. He goes and take my position. We in the middle of the rush. Just get busy. Boom, we drop it. Boom, boom, boom. I'm getting orders a little bit, but not too much like the chicken. So they juke it up there. So Miss Shirley comes. She like, hey, guys, I have a new person coming in a few minutes. And Roshan, I'm like, huh? She like, I'm going to need you to train a new person. I'm like, oh, she like, why are you over here? I'm like, oh, we're taking a turn. She like, I need everybody in their spots. That's why they're up here getting jammed up right now. So Miss Shirley upset. So Miss Shirley goes, I'm like, you want me to help? She like, I have it, Roshan. Just finish back there. I have it. So she helping them. Boom. We end up, and still in the middle of the rush, Miss Shirley like, Roshan, can you come here? Dave, I need you to go back there. And boom, there go the new person. It's Kenyatta. It's Kenyatta. So Kiki face when she came back there with that order and Kenyatta was standing there and Miss Shirley was like, hey y'all, this is the new person. I want everybody to be hands-on and help. And Kiki was like, here you go. I need this ticket, but not to Kenyatta. She gave it to Christopher. And so all of a sudden Kiki looked and she like, I can't believe this. And she walked off. I'm like, Miss Shirley, I need to talk to you because I forgot to hit Miss Shirley up to let her know about the girl. It was so much happening at that one moment. I was just trying to get me, Mark, and Caleb food out and get home. So I'm like, oh my God. So Kenyatta like, thank you for the opportunity. I hope I fit in perfectly. So I'm like, I'm not training you. She like, so Miss Shirley like, okay, Christopher, you go up there with Kiki. I'm like, soon as she said that heated me.